If a spiritual teacher is fulfilling that role properly, they're going to be directing you back to yourself. They're going to be giving you the tools to do it yourself, to remember who you are as a soul, as a being who is beyond the body and beyond the mind, and to do it for yourself. You see, you don't need anything outside of yourself. You don't need any one teacher or guru. You don't need me. You don't need Eckhart Tolle. You don't need Buddha. That's our job, is to show you who you are and to get you to do it on your own. That's the proper role of a spiritual teacher. You know, there's a lot of controversy in the twin flame space. And this isn't a twin flame video, but something that I've spoken out about over the years since I've been doing this is the very greedy and fear-based kind of environment in the twin flame space. No other spiritual niche is really like that. You don't really get that kind of stuff in law of attraction circles or people who are teaching yoga or Reiki or astrology. And I understand why. There's a lot of desperate people. But there's also a lot of people that try to get you to be dependent upon them. Interesting. You know, probably the best way to learn anything is to see how to do something properly and to see how to not do it. So I want you to use your discernment with any spiritual teacher. They should be trying to get you to be on your own, to be independent. A good spiritual teacher will even send you away when they feel like the time is right. I've heard Eckhart Tolle talk about this. I talk about it. You know, I tell my coaching students, and even in my paid program, I go, I don't want any more of your money. I want you to be able to do this on your own. I tell every single student that in my coaching programs. My job is to get you to be able to do this on your own. I don't want your money. You pay me one time and I'll do some work for you. There's another flag that could be a green flag or a red flag, depending on what they're doing. You guys, nobody works for free. There's this idea, especially with the New Agers, that spiritual teachers should work for free. Nobody works for free. Jesus did not work for free, guys. Mother Teresa did not work for free. Nobody works for free. And to say that somebody should give you their labor for free, like you have the right to my labor and I don't get any compensation for it, guys, that's slavery. That's communism, and communism seems to be an underlying current in the current New Age community. Both myself, Greg Braden, we've both said publicly that the New Age movement appears to be a psyop. So in other words, there's some nefarious, black ops force behind it. The whole New Age thing, because they push stuff like that. And then everybody gets confused about who to trust, because the New Agers make it sound like if somebody takes money, that proves that they're bad. But that's not it. Money isn't the problem. How are you taking the money? And are you making people dependent upon you? Because if you're working with a spiritual teacher who's putting you in a place of dependency, and there isn't any indication from that teacher at all to get you off on your own without their help, that's a problem. So what is to decide? Well, it's the balance. Eckhart Tolle, he hosts retreats. You go there. He provides the teaching, and I highly recommend it, by the way, too. Eckhart Tolle, in person, I've gone to see him in person. It was amazing. But he'll even tell you himself, I hope this is the last retreat you go to. If you want to go to another one, that's fine. You know, there's people that stick around in my paid coaching program because they like it. It's like their community, and it's not expensive. It's cheap to stay longer. But you see, you don't have to. So yeah, money can be a very telling agent of the kind of spiritual teacher you're dealing with. And the truth is, you don't need the spiritual teacher. You don't. When you get to the end, you may even realize, I never needed to pay any money. I never needed to read a single book even. I never needed to watch a free YouTube video, even this YouTube video or any of my other YouTube videos, or Alan Watts, or, you know, Rupert Spira, or any of them. That's the funny thing about spiritualism, is we're trying to show you that it's all in here. You don't need us. And then at that point, it's beyond form. It's beyond any kind of substance, physical, monetary, none of that matters. A spiritual teacher is going to show you that the same presence, the same tranquility that exists in them that you sense from that spiritual teacher, it exists in you. There's something in the spiritual teacher, there's something that they have that you want. Such peace. Well, as I am, so are you. We all came from the same source. And just in case, I get asked this question all the time as it relates to twin flames. Well, Kurt, how can I just be my twin flame and we are the same soul if everybody is all one also? Well, we are all unique individual souls. That seems to be what's going on here. Reincarnation, twin flames. Everybody, soul families, everybody is a unique individual soul. But if you go to the deepest level of self, that's where we are all connected, at the source. But you're connected to every particle, tree, building, mountain, the sky, all the stars. That's your true nature. I'm just a way shower. That's the proper role of a spiritual teacher, is to show you who you really are at your core. And you don't even have to agree with that. You can question me all day long. The spiritual teacher, you can ask the toughest questions. Do they answer? Or do they tell you not to ask questions? The spiritual teacher may, they may believe in what they're saying. You ask them a question and they give you the answer, and they seem to think that's the correct answer, and that's fine, but they answer your question. And that's 70% of my job on social media. I answer a lot of questions every day, guys. Ask me questions. I'm only one person. I can't help every single person, but I try. Yeah, hell yeah, question me. Question me, question Eckhart. But ultimately, what we're trying to show you is that who you really are is beyond that questioner, that divine presence of self that you can sense in the body of yourself and in the body of the teacher. That's who you really are. And it needs no explanation. There's no question and there's no answer. You are that. You can experience this ultimate truth. You do not need me or any other spiritual teacher to do that. And you don't even need to pay any money for it. That's the truth. You don't need anything outside of yourself. And if a spiritual teacher is in their proper role, that's exactly what they're going to tell you. And don't be surprised if at some point the spiritual teacher tells you to leave the nest. That's the proper role of a spiritual teacher. But hey, that's just my opinion. You don't have to agree, but I think you might. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. If you'd like to leave your comments below, I'd love to hear from you. I'll see you next time for another spiritual topics or law of attraction video. Have a great week, everybody. See ya.